All right, guys, so we'll start a group chat. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is, if you guys noticed, I posted earlier in the group about kind of the future of phone flipping and just basically, some of the danger using the same methods over and over again and how it's affecting everyone and just some of the problems that we've seen. So I'm not sure if some of you guys have noticed, but I'm sure if some of you guys have been in the free group, that you guys have noticed a lot of people out there are getting banned from eBay and they are getting suspended from PayPal, and all kinds of stuff are going on, especially people who are newer to phone flipping, newer to selling phones on eBay. It's a big problem. So for those of you guys that are in the group chat tonight, it's kind of a smaller group chat. I know there's a lot of baseball and football games going on today. Let me know in the chat if you guys have seen this going on. Welcome, Trenthony. We're just talking about kind of the future of phone flipping right now. But what is actually going on is eBay is cracking down on people who are selling bad ESN phones, iCloud locked, or phones that are financed and are being sold at low prices. And there's an algorithm in eBay that basically eBay says, okay, an iPhone X has a suggested sale price of $550 to $600. So if you list a iPhone X that's financed and you list it as used, and you sell a bunch of those, but they're selling for like $400 a piece, eBay is going to flag your account for fraud because they're not understanding why you are selling iPhones at such a low price and everybody else is way up here. That actually will flag your account. And that's why a lot of people who are newer to phone flipping that don't sign up for, like, say, a course like mine, and then you see them in my free group complaining that they're getting banned on eBay, which I feel really bad for them, because I want to help them, but obviously you guys paid for all of this information and the coaching that I give you guys, so I can't just say, hey, you need to do A, B, C, and D. Here's free information. My hands are kind of tied. But I'm giving this, guys, to you because I don't want to see any of you guys banned. But if you guys have a way, or you have a direct seller, or even if you can sell locally, I recommend that you keep your iCloud locked phones off of eBay. I recommend that you keep your bad ESN phones off of eBay also. And the reason being is eBay just seems to be cracking down on the whole phone flipping thing, and a lot of people seem to be getting banned over it. And basically, they will not completely ban your eBay account, but they will put a restriction under the category smartphones and electronics. And what will happen then is you will not be able to sell on eBay. Welcome, Eric. So it's kind of scary, for people out there who've basically been flipping phones on eBay. The methods are changing, and so it's time to adapt. Now, something you guys have probably realized is that there is a market. I also have a group for it, obviously, for the direct selling group. And so a lot of these people out there, like David Kosciuszko, Robert Charles also has a phone flipping course. There's Kish Vlogs. There's Smooth Flipper. There's like 6 other people out there who are selling courses. And what you guys are going to come to realize eventually is that the phone flipping market is that basically everything is going to start to get crowded. I mean, there's a lot of people out there flipping phones now. And what some people in the group have realized is that a couple phone flipping members in our own group have said that, hey, Luke, there's a guy in my area that pays $900 for the same phone that I buy, but I can only pay $800. So that is why I am putting together this direct selling group, because the people in this group, you will beat everybody else out in your area. Everybody else who takes all of these courses that are heavily marketed, but they only teach eBay phone flipping, those guys eventually are going to lose out, or they're going to plateau. Because there's going to be people out there who pay to be in this mastermind group, and you're going to be able to pay more for these phones than the people out there who only took an eBay phone flipping course and they only sell on eBay and they don't have access to these people. Trenthony says, never heard of anyone getting banned over bad ESN. Sell it as parts should be no problem. Ban on eBay for that. Yeah, selling things for parts only, that is a good way to get around it, but I've seen a lot of people getting banned when you list a finance phone under used and not for parts only. Because technically, like an AT&T phone that's AT&T only, you'd sell it as quite a bit less for an AT&T phone that's paid for. Eric says, yeah, there are like 5 to 6 people in my area now. It's really frustrating. Exactly, Eric. That's exactly what I'm getting at. I'm not sure where you're from, Eric, but if you don't mind talking, I'd like to unmute you, and I'd actually like you to talk about that for a little bit, just to kind of show everybody else that it is happening. Even if it hasn't happened in your area specifically yet, it's definitely going to start happening, and it's not fun. So, not sure if you have a mic, Eric. If you're still there, I guess you can type in chat if you can talk. If not, it's fine too. But basically, guys, Eric, from what I know, he's been flipping phones for like close to, no problem, Eric. Eric said his girlfriend is sleeping. Eric, I believe, has been flipping phones for like a year now. And some of these guys who have courses, they do tons of Facebook marketing, they do tons of Google ads, and they're literally just flooding the market with the phone flipping courses. Welcome, Rico. And basically everybody who only does eBay phone flipping, you're going to basically be shut out. And what's going to happen is you guys are all going to be beat out by people who are in this direct selling group and people who also have buyback websites. And that's something that we're also going to be doing in the direct mastermind group is we are going to be starting, we're going to be helping people to make a buyback website similar to Gazelle. I have a guy in the group that'll literally help you guys do that. And he does $800,000 a year. So like Eric said, he's already feeling the effect of some of these oversaturated areas where there's literally 6 people in the same area. But if you had one person in that area that pays more than all of the competition, or at least is more competitive, then sellers won't pick favorites. And that's what we want is I want you guys in this group to have an advantage over all the other phone flipping groups and all of your competition out there. Jonathan says, I totally agree. That's why I look for other items. True. Looking for other items, guys, can be diverse. Being diverse is really good. Pretsua says, why will any of those big direct sellers, bigger than the ones we sell, want to be in the group? Pretsua, because they want to buy our phones. That's why. And because I've worked a deal with a lot of the direct sellers. I have a personal relationship with a lot of them. So basically we've come to the agreement and I've kind of told them, hey, this is what's going on. I can offer you guys some business. And then the direct buyer that's going to be at our mastermind group, guys, he's retiring. So he really doesn't care. He said, I'm going to give out all of my contacts because he doesn't care. He's getting out of the business. The other direct sellers or buyers don't really want us to do that, but I don't really care, I guess. It's about you guys, not them. They're not my students and they're not, my buddies. So they're just business affiliates. So Jonathan says, I sell all my bad ESNs at parts only. That's good. Pretsua says it's going to be a bidding war. Absolutely. Eric says there are several people from Dave's group, which is annoying. Rico says having major issues with Craigslist, and Pretsua says the wholesalers are going to hate this. Yeah, they probably won't like this, but this is about you guys scaling your business and making sure everybody prospers, not just the big guys. So anyways, guys, I want to go around in the group chat tonight just to see what you guys think about this. Richard, I want to unmute you and see what's your thoughts on. Are you having any issues with competition around you, or have you noticed that at all since you started phone flipping?
Yeah, so I'd say there's competition around, but I mean, I pride myself on having a higher level of service to people, and I have, I have like my page is marketed. Like the competition that I'm up against is like, there's only like one other guy that I've seen that actually has his own business. Everybody else seems to be looks kind of scammy. They don't they've put up like catfish pages and, it says I buy phones in their profile picture. They don't have any ratings viewable like on Marketplace. I think I was one of the first people to start in my market as well. So I have a lot of repeat business. I mean, I really don't worry about competition. I just continue to advertise and look to acquire. Right now, I'm just to kind of counter any competition, just to acquire as many customers as I can at a price that's profitable for me. Like if I could, I've started to pay more, just knowing that if I feel it's going to be a better customer, a better relationship, I'll pay more because I have the capital. And I feel like in that regard, the competition that's coming up doesn't seem to really. I don't see anybody unless they have a retail store. I don't see anybody really being able to match the effort and the strategy that I'm putting into place, to take market share, basically.
Sure. And
Yeah.
you are in the direct selling group though also, which wouldn't you say that it helps to have basically you have a ceiling that you know you can pay up to a certain point and you'll still make money.
Right. Definitely. I mean, that's, yeah, whether or not it's on eBay or, to direct sellers, I know that my margins are covered, and, I move pretty quickly and when I have deals. I mean, that's just, I feel
For
pretty
sure.
confident with it.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm the best. I feel like I'm the best in my market. So that,
yeah, no, that's good input. I appreciate it, Richard. I'm gonna go to Pratsua next. For those of you guys that don't know, Richard just hit like $27,000 in a month after he's been in the course. And Richard also just signed up for the mastermind event and the group that I have, and that's something to consider, guys. When you do have a lot of competition around you, like Eric just said, Eric says it sucks when someone messages you first and they check around a little bit and another person can do just as good or a little bit more, and they go with the other person and they don't bother with messaging back. And that's true, guys. These are random customers that we're dealing with. So if they talk to you and you're at $400 and then they talk to guy number 2 and he can do $420, they're just going to go with guy number 2 because it's $420 and they're not even going to bother messaging you back. The nice thing about being in a direct selling group, if your direct buyer can pay you $900 for an iPhone XS Max, you know that you can offer that person $850 for that iPhone XS Max, and you'll guarantee yourself profit. And at that price, being that close to what the wholesaler pays, you'll probably never miss a deal. And that's what I'm trying to get everybody to, is that nobody ever misses a deal, if possible.
So what were we talking about? One man muted. Crap.
If everybody keeps doing this, I'm sorry, I must have muted myself, guys. If everybody keeps doing this, I just wanted to get your input, Pratsua, because everybody in this group chat is in a different area. What's your opinion as far as things getting crowded and, competition and everybody selling on eBay and, you lose deals, I think, if everybody has the same information.
There's this guy in David's course. He has a business page and everything. But people in Smyrna, what I have realized is that because he lowballs the hell, I actually kind of price checked. I used a fake text now number to check on his prices for an X64 GB. What do I call for an X64 GB? He only does 380. My max is like my max is like 515, so I can still make like 85 off that. So I don't care because I have this direct buyer. I can even front him the device. And if I can put it, I can even front him the device. And if I have like 6-7 units, it all adds up. My competition, they don't pay as good as me.
Right, exactly.
So I'm getting a lot of stuff.
So you're saying like kind of what I was saying with Richard. So having a direct buyer is a huge advantage over these basic eBay sellers in these other groups, correct? Because you can pay more, more deals.
That guy isn't David's course. And he probably negotiates well. But either you can negotiate well, close on a phone. I mean, but then I still will use your strategies, and I'll try to work out like 475. Then I'll go up to like 520 max. It still works out, and I'm still able to close a good percentage.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Pratsua. We're going to go to Jonathan next. Can't remember where Jonathan's from. I want to say he's from Wisconsin. I probably am totally wrong though. Jonathan, what's your opinion on all of this? I'm unmuting you now, so you should be able to talk if you got a microphone anyways. So let's see here.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry. What was your question?
I was just wondering where you're from before you.
I'm from Michigan. Yeah, I'm in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Yep, Ann Arbor area. So I'm in a college town and all that good stuff. So the competition. I mean, I have competition in the area. I got a couple of people in Dave's group that's in my area, but they're like in the east part of Detroit. So I kind of got to deal with a lot of people where if there's any deals like with Craigslist, a lot of times their leads would come out my way, and I worked to deal with some of the guys in the other part of the metropolitan area that any deals in my area they'll send my way. Any deals that's in their area, I send their way. So that way, cut down on the drive time and all that. So, instead of me driving a half an hour, I can just give it to them and they can go pick it up in 20 minutes. So it kind of works out that way for both parties. So the competition is not that bad out my way, actually, to be honest with you. I get a lot of people that call want a lot for their phones or whatever, so they'll try to sell it themselves, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then if they can't sell it or whatever, I just have them. I just tell them, the offer still stands or whatnot. It's a week. So, well,
Right.
then that's pretty much about it. So, what I would like though, I need some direct buyers because I'm tired of dealing with eBay. I would love to be able to sell direct to a wholesaler or somebody like that, or a direct buyer that buys phones. That would be great.
Definitely. Yeah, so I'm assuming you're kind of seeing the value in that too. Like I said, something Eric just said in the chat is he mentioned one of the older phone course people, Dave, which I'm sure a lot of you know him, and that's
Yeah,
why I mentioned his name. He said he joined the course about a year ago. There was 200 people in it, and now there's 878 members. So like Eric is saying, that's about 4 to 5 times growth in 1 year, which is great for Dave because he's making $1,000 a course and he's making all kinds of money. Dave makes more money off of courses than he makes off of flipping phones, but it's terrible for everyone who's in the course doing that. And that is why I have made this new mastermind group, and it's focused on direct selling. And there probably eventually will be some course material behind that also. Mostly what you guys are going to be doing is taking the eBay course marketing materials to get the phones, but then you're going to be selling them to all the connections that I provide you guys in this direct selling group. But the thing is, guys, is if it keeps going like this, eventually, all those people in these other phone flipping groups that aren't like in a big direct selling group like mine, they aren't going to be able to compete with us because we're going to be able to pay more. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do for you guys. And I've also set the price to get into the group, at a not necessarily an expensive rate for somebody who's made, thousands of dollars phone flipping. Like, it's not a big deal to invest a couple $1,000s, but I don't want it cheap so somebody else can get in the group and take the information and make a course. Like, I want this to be the only direct selling group, guys, because, if I were to make a cheap course, Dave's just going to have somebody sign up, copy the course, and then go do it himself. Robert's going to do the same thing. And so what I'm trying to do, guys, is I'm trying to give you guys exclusive information so that we have an advantage again. Because what's going on is, even though some of my methods might be different than Dave's or might be different than like Smooth Flipper, some of you guys have heard of him, we will not have an advantage because everybody has the same information. Like, there's actually one guy out there who has a course, guys, and it literally says in his course that he has purchased everyone else's course, and he just took the information from them and then copied it and then put it into his own website. And now he sells a course. And he
it's a wild, wild west, man, in these course games.
Exactly.
Man, yeah. So, I noticed that too, Luke. When I looked at how many people that was in this course, like 800. I'm like, ooh, this is about to get watered down. I'm the type of guy that there's a lot of people, man, drinking out of the same lake. I like to go somewhere else. So, and try to do something different because, like you said, it's going to get watered down and everybody going to be stepping over each other's heads. So it's just not sustainable.
Exactly. And the sad thing is too, guys, is I did try reaching out to Dave also. And he said he didn't want to teach direct selling or anything like that. So he's happy with what he's doing. But the good thing is, that means that, we won't have to worry about him trying to step on toes. And the other guys, I don't think they really know much or have the capital to basically sneak into the course without me knowing or paying people. So I really think we're going to be able to keep this exclusive. And I think, people who join this will actually have the advantage again. Where basically now there's so much free information out there and there's so many other courses that eBay phone flippers are becoming crowded. And Josh Rico, I know you're on here, just wanted to give you a shout out. Some people are experiencing mass Craigslist bans too. There's so much competition out there. You don't know if competition is flagging you. You don't know if Craigslist is flagging you. And it's just starting to get ridiculous. So being a part of this mastermind group that I'm putting together, guys, and just being a part of a buyback website or creating a buyback website, it's pretty much the future of phone flipping if you want to keep scaling and then possibly opening your own phone store. So, but yeah, Jonathan, I appreciate the feedback. It's kind of in line with what everybody else said. So let's see here. Trenthony says Brown is in all the courses. Yep, exactly. There's spies out there, guys. There's people who literally sign up for every course, and then they're friends with the course creator, and they steal all the information. Pratsua says, dude, by the way, Luke, thanks so much for the pawn shop section. It applies for other stuff also. Yeah, no problem, Pratsua. So I bet Brown is stealing your info. Yeah, he might be, but, I mean, I guess, a thief's going to be a thief, so it is what it is. Rico, I'm going to unmute you for a second. I wanted to get your opinion on what we've all been talking about, and then I wanted to talk about your Craigslist issues too and see if we as a group can solve them. For those of you guys that don't know, Josh Rico has been having some major issues with Craigslist flagging, and I'm going to bet there's a lot of competition in your area, Rico, and it could be a mix from Craigslist and your competition. Who knows?
Yeah, probably even if it's some in this chat. I'm just being honest. Yeah, California is very saturated with the phone flipping game. That's why I don't want to say too much, because at this point, I don't even it's sad to say, but I don't even know who to trust now. So, you know what I mean? So I don't know what happened, but basically I tried to post an ad and it automatically get flagged. And now I'm being locked out of all of my accounts. Even my paid ads are getting flagged. I hired a VA, multiple VAs. They post for me and they all get flagged too. So it's not I don't know if it's a number or an IP address issue or a credit card issue or terms of service issue. I don't know what's going on. Because, Craigslist is totally down for me. Like, my VAs are getting their ads flagged. It stick for some couple hours. It would stick for a couple of hours and then get flagged. And then I try to put in my credit card. So I put in PayPal credit cards to pay for the wanted by dealer section. And those automatically get flagged. So and it's like it won't accept my credit card anymore. So I tried a different credit card. It accepted it for a couple hours, and then when I checked this morning, my account was locked up. I posted a picture in the group chat, but it's just it's on hold, and I'm contacting Craigslist for 2 weeks now. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm kind of getting angry with it, you know what I mean? So, I mean,
right.
Nonetheless, I'm still picking up phones, but not as the volume I used to. And
right. I mean, Craigslist is a tool, of many that we use to advertise.
So I don't know if it's competition, because I have members in the group chat, all 3 courses who live near me within an hour away from me. And I'm not, it's kind of getting like, man, is this competition? My VA says it's competition, bro. Maybe because he wants to keep his job. I don't know, but I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah, let's talk about that for a second, guys. What does everybody think? Can everybody type in the chat if you guys got any good ideas? Here's my idea. I guess, when push comes to shove, it's time to pull some Black Hat stuff. My thoughts are, I want you to, and it sounds weird, but the next time you buy a phone, I want you to take the phone, Rico, and I want you to go to a location and use Wi-Fi where you wouldn't normally use. And I want you to take the phone that you buy from the customer, and I want you to go connect it to the Wi-Fi, whether it's a Starbucks, McDonald's, whatever. I want you to make a fresh email account. And then what I want you to also do is I want you to use a fresh phone number, and I want you to use a fresh email and Craigslist account. So I want you to start up fresh everything, fresh IP, and I want you to start off with 3 Craigslist ads. Actually, 2 Craigslist ads, just 2 Craigslist ads. So I don't care if you got to drive 10 minutes away. I don't care if you got to drive 30 minutes away to do this. But this is going to be step 1 of figuring out what the problem is. And I want to see if you can post those 2 Craigslist ads. And what I want you to do is I don't want you to post 2 ads that are phone flipping related. I want you to post an ad that basically is, I don't know, why don't you take a picture of like your flat screen TV in your living room? I want you to post that for sale. And then why don't you post something else for sale? I don't care if it's a candle. I don't care if it's your microwave. And then after a few days of those being up, then I want you to go to that same location, and I want you to make a phone ad on your phone for paying cash for phones. And I want you to put 2 of those on that account also. And then I want you to see how long those stay up. And if those stay up, then I'm going to say that it probably is the fact that your account and that same phone number has a lot of attention attracted to it, as in Craigslist is recognizing that that phone number gets posted a lot all the time and that you're posting all of these ads, and Craigslist may have banned you. Now, if you go to this unknown location or more or less new location with a new phone, a new email address, new everything, and we're not doing paid ads because I don't want you to have to get a new credit card at this point. I want to try and see if it's Craigslist or if it's competition. But if those new ads get flagged and you're not using the same credit card, so literally nothing that you could be doing, it would be flagging Craigslist system. As far as like using repeat information that you've used before, if those gets flagged, I'm going to say that it's either VAs in your area or it's competition in your area. One thing that I noticed when I did hire a VA, which is why I actually no longer use a VA, is they post very poorly worded ads. They post very poorly designed ads as far as graphics compared to something I would design. And when I had a VA post for me, his post got flagged almost every other time compared to what mine. And what I actually noticed is the Craigslist account that I let him use, he pretty much trashed my Craigslist account because he posted so many times and it got flagged so many times that Craigslist would just flag everything on my account to post. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. But I think that is what you should try, Rico. It could be Craigslist or your competition, but by doing what I said, that should eliminate whether it's Craigslist or not. And if it still gets flagged, then it's very possible that it's your competition. If it doesn't get flagged at all, then it's possible that it is your repeat information. And I think maybe you should look into getting a sideline number, such as buying a cheap Straight Talk phone, and either that or just buy like an iPhone SE and put a SIM card in it and use that. Get a new phone number just for phone flipping. And then I think it would be good to open a new free checking account and associate a debit card with that also. That's completely separate. The nice thing about that is if it really is Craigslist flagging your same information, you can always close your free checking account, open a new one, get a new debit card. Sure, it's going to be a pain, but it's better than losing Craigslist.
Craig,
I just unmuted you, Rico. I'm not sure if you knew you were muted that whole time. So
no, it's fine. No, I definitely understand, and that's what I just got a number today because I'm just testing and testing. Like I went to the library with my same laptop that I post, and it automatically got flagged, but the paid ad didn't, and it stuck for 2 hours. So I think it could be the number, or when you say IP address, the laptop still carries an IP address when it's using the same different Wi-Fi, right?
yeah, it'll have a static IP. So Craigslist I'm not sure how advanced Craigslist is, but it may be able to detect that is still being posted from the same device. So that's why what I recommend is, like example, I'm sitting here and I've got this iPhone 8 that's unlocked. Now, obviously, I bought this from a customer, so he probably has never posted a phone flipping ad in his life. The next time you get a phone in, take the phone, charge it, go somewhere that you've never posted from before, and make the ad completely from the phone, make a new email, and then put a SIM card in this phone, a new number, and see what happens.
Okay. All right. Well, I have 2 phones here right now that I'm about to get ready to sell, but I bought a Straight Talk from Walmart, like a little cheap $30 phone.
Yep.
And I just activated it for, like $37 a month or whatever. Can I use that one that I just bought? That little cheap Straight Talk one, or?
Yeah, as long as it has a new number, and obviously, I'm not sure if that's like a smartphone with the screen, but use one of the smartphones. Use a smartphone that you got from a customer from a new Wi-Fi location. Post it from that phone, and then just list the phone with the active SIM card's number and see if it works for you. I really think that might solve your problem. I have noticed that a lot of people, in my opinion, you guys do a really great job advertising, and then Craigslist basically kicks you in the butt for it because you post so much. And if that is fixed, I would say that it could be potentially nasty competition, just being nasty.
Yeah, for sure. Because the VA was posting 40 ads a day. I was dominating, and then which was bringing me great business. And then it just took a shit, like everything. I can't even log on. I can't even put my email and password to log into the accounts to see what's going on. It says, like, you've seen it. I posted in the group chat. It says it gives me a code, the card declined, and also it gives me it says like, your account is on hold, and I'm trying to contact Craigslist for that. And they are horrible with customer service. I can't speak to a live person. They say it's an email or something. So you're muted.
The Craigslist account service is not very good at all, unfortunately. So
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna try that because I gotta get Craigslist back up as soon as possible. But,
yeah, it's definitely a tool that you don't want to lose, and it's not good. Like I said, that's the other thing too, guys. Is that's what people don't realize is, like I said, joining these like a mastermind or direct selling group. It literally is the future of phone flipping, because eventually the market is going to get so saturated that you're going to have to pay top dollar, because you might have to resort to bandit signs to get people to call you, because eventually when everybody's hiring a VA and everybody's spamming Craigslist is just going to start algorithms that say, oh, if somebody mentions phone flipping, kind of like Facebook, if you guys haven't noticed, everybody flooded Facebook Marketplace with I buy phones. And what did Facebook do? They actually made algorithms that now instantly flag I buy phone posts. Eventually, Craigslist is going to do this, and then there's literally going to be no place to advertise besides using bandit signs and offering the best prices. Or Facebook groups. You can still advertise in Facebook groups, but it's just something to consider, guys, that it's really important to basically learn before all of your competition does. It's always good to be one step ahead of everyone. So I just I really feel like it's getting crowded. Not so much in my area, and it's probably because everybody knows I'm here, so it's like, I don't know, nobody wants to flip phones around me. But I have seen a few ads around in my area, and I guess usually once I see them, I don't see them again, but it still just tells me, like, people are getting educated everywhere, even in small towns like my area. So, but because of the fact that I'm so far ahead knowledge-wise, nobody in my area really competes with me, so, they just basically die off. And that's what I want to see for you guys. I mean, if you guys are struggling with competition, I want you guys to be, at the top of your competition and not having to deal with these problems, because it's irritating, Yeah,
I get hit up by different weird numbers too. Like, hey, we are top Craigslist, not broken English. We are top Craigslist service. Get ads flagged for your competition. Blah blah blah. Almost every other day, and then I don't know. Possibly someone took advantage. My thought was like somebody in my area took advantage of that and started flagging me because I was dominating them, and they probably got jealous. I don't know.
That's very possible. I mean, that's the other thing too, is everybody being competition, cutthroat at each other. That is very possible that somebody did that. I mean, ethically, it's not, it's not, it's not right really morally, but people will do whatever it takes, if it's their business on the line. So, I really think applying those two methods, Rico, it should help. It should at least problem solve to see what's going on, to see if you can rehabilitate Craigslist again. So, hey,
sure.
Gaither, welcome.
I forgot our group conference is on.
It's a shame. You missed a good group chat. It's pretty much
I
over.
fucking know. God damn it, dude. God damn it.
Oh man.
Was it really that great? Was it really that great?
It was pretty good. We talked about some detailed stuff. Yeah.
It's her fault, man. Her fault.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. It sucks. Did you literally just end the group chat?
No, we're all still in here, but we're pretty much wrapping up. So we're just basically, I guess I could get your opinion quick. Basically what we talked about, because Gaither also, you're in California, right?
Yeah, man.
And you are also in the mastermind group, right? You signed up.
Yeah.
Direct selling
Yeah.
group. So what we've been talking about is everybody seems to be noticing that, like, Dave's group, Smooth Flipper, Dave, basically his course is expensive, but he markets the crap out of it. He's flooding his course. And then Smooth Flipper, he only charges like $200 or whatever. So everybody's just like, oh, it's cheap, so I'll buy it.
He's changed, dude. He charges $97 a month now.
Well, there you go, $97 a month. So it's super cheap, guys. And what I was basically explaining to everyone is the fact that the phone flipping industry, like eBay phone flipping, if you don't know how to direct sell or don't have good direct seller contacts, it's becoming extremely crowded. People are flagging people on Craigslist. People are doing nasty stuff, hiring VAs to flag people. People are hiring VAs to flood the market. lots of crappy stuff is going on. And then on top of that, when you have somebody who has direct seller contacts, you can pay more than your competition around you, which is important. And so what I was doing is we were just going around in the group chat here to get everyone's feedback on what their thoughts are on phone flipping and, if that's true or not or how it's affecting them and, if direct selling would help them.
Yeah, I think if you join Luke's mastermind course, you'll unlock all those direct buyers and you'll be able to offer more. I mean, seriously. It's effortless when I sell a phone. I buy one, and then I literally, right when I get in the car, I sell it to one of my direct buyers in Luke's course, in the mastermind course. So it's too easy.
Have you been noticing, because you're in California, you said, how has your competition how's your competition been? Has it been, annoying? I mean, obviously now you're in the direct sellers group, so you know what you can pay at a max, but are you starting to see a lot of competition in California? Just, kind of all over randomly?
Yeah, there's definitely there's definitely more competition, but I mean, with my direct buyers, I always get the business, so it's all good. And I think I post so many ads that the VAs can't flag it anyways. So it is what it is,
For sure. Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to get your input quick, but that's basically what we did. We just talked about some issues going on and stuff and just kind of, telling people, the importance that basically direct selling and I think coming up with a good buyback website, I think it really is the future of phone flipping because like Trenthony said, Trenthony, I'd like to actually have Trenthony talk for a little bit because he comes off kind of short through text, but Trenthony is actually a really good guy to talk to over the phone, and I wish I could talk to him more. I like the guy. But he typed in chat here. He said $97 a month, laughing my ass off, shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, when you have people out there, guys, literally teaching a phone course for $97 a month and they're giving them a full course, it starts to actually kind of, like me personally, it's like whatever, because I think everybody knows, who wants to sign up for a phone course in Eau Claire, Wisconsin and compete with Luke Deutschlander? I mean, nobody wants to do that. But here's the thing, guys. When these course people start selling the information that all of us necessarily maybe we paid for or we paid for it, like I paid for it through 6 years of trial and error, that's kind of like a shot, right here, guys, because these people are literally what they're doing when they sell a course for $97. They are literally making it so cheap that they are flooding the market, and that's actually taking all of your guys' business away. You have to think of it, basically, if somebody sells all of your neighbors around you a $97 course, you now just have 5 new competitors. And so people flooding the market, it's literally thinning our business. And so it kind of sucks, guys. So I'm just trying to basically give you guys a new method, make some websites, get some direct contacts, and, hopefully we can have the advantage over everyone again. So, but yeah, thanks for the input, Gaither. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Pratsua. Thanks, Rico. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Jonathan. I super, super appreciate it. So I just wanted everyone's feedback, and I'm glad we kind of, got to all get together and just give some opinions and feedback on everything. That was an awesome group chat. We'll probably wrap it up here.
Hey, Luke, could I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure. What's up, Jonathan?
Is it possible after the group chat that we can hook up and talk about what we were talking about earlier before the group chat, as far as the smartphones and stuff goes?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so there's a question I want to ask you. So I don't know how you want. Do you want me to hit you up through Facebook Messenger, or how you want me to do that?
Yeah, just send me a message on Messenger, and maybe we can do a quick call or something.
Okay, yeah, let's do a quick call. Yeah, that'd be a whole lot easier.
Awesome. All right, sounds good, Jonathan.
Luke,
What's up?
I had a quick question. I mean, it's gonna get flooded, but do you think shops will solve it, or do we have to get into repairs for that? I broke a 7+ home button trying to do a repair, and it went bad.
I think doing repairs will definitely help you survive as a phone flipper. Just because
I mean shops. I mean, do we have to open a shop?
No, I don't think you have to open a shop. I mean, it definitely helps to get foot traffic if you opened a shop like on a strip mall or something. But I think you can be just as successful operating as like an individual as you could a shop. The only thing that a shop gives you guys advantages is the fact that you will get more tax deductions. However, you will have more overhead, but what it does allow you to do is it allows you to scale. Just like having direct sellers and joining the mastermind group I got, it gives you more connections and outlets to scale your business. Where if you were to start a phone shop, guys, if you launch one successful phone shop and you hire one good employee to run that whole shop, or let's say 2 employees, that now gives you the freedom to now go start another shop and run the whole shop by yourself, and then hire more employees and then keep starting phone shops. So it gives you the ability to scale. It gives you more foot traffic. It gives you more it gives you more brand awareness. I mean, people are going to know, like, hey, that's the shop that buys phones. They pay a lot, and they also repair them. So it's definitely something to look into, but I definitely don't think that having a shop or not having a shop is going to determine your success.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The thing is, there are so many ads, ClickFunnels, and all going up, but then people don't like spending like $9.97 and all that. And Khaled is a good guy, but his course is more beginner oriented. I think this course, maybe David's course, might have all the good negotiation techniques, more other good direct buying and selling. Khaled is a wholesaler himself, but his students probably can't get to that level or those connects, and those connects will of course not be given out in his group, and not many people will want to do this full time. Exactly. So that's one thing working in our advantage.
Exactly. That's the thing too, guys, is
I have a lot of time on my hands, so I have like 32 Craigslist ads up and I'm getting like flooded.
That's good. That's awesome. That's another thing too, guys, is the fact that when you do, direct selling and everything, not everybody's going to want to, not everybody can invest $1,000 or $2,000 to be in a group to get these contacts. So the nice thing is basically the top will stay at the top. The people who really save and hustle will get in this group. And the people who, want to join a course for $97 a month, that's awesome. But they probably won't commit, because when you have more invested in something, the more you want to commit. It's kind of like when you get married. Anybody out there who's married, that's kind of like when you guys get married, you commit to it because everything's on the line. When you're just like boyfriend, girlfriend, or it's not official, Gaither's got his hand up. When you're just boyfriend, girlfriend with somebody, what kind of commitment do you got? You got a couple months into it, you could back out anytime. But when you got $700 invested into a course, which might make you $10,000, and then you take $2,000, nice rings, guys. You take $2,000 and invest it into a direct selling group. You've now got $2,700 invested into phone flipping, plus your office equipment, plus your time. You're going to take it seriously. People who pay $97 a month for a course, the only good thing is they might flip a few phones. They might be your competition for a month or two, but they're never going to beat guys like us out there that are going at it full force. So Rico says, when you say buyback website, you mean your own personal website created through Wix, right? Rico, what I mean is I have a guy in the mastermind group that is actually taking people on, and what he will do is, if you have your own business card and you have like a color scheme, he will actually make you a buyback website like Gazelle, and he actually does 3 hours of paid training with you, and he will teach you how to make a successful buyback website that basically works just like Gazelle. And he's a very good person to learn from and to start up with, because of the fact that right now he's only charging $250 for this service. He gives you 3 hours of his time, and his team builds you a whole website. So it's a super good deal. And on top of that, he did $800,000 the last year his website was up. $800,000 in buybacks. So that is the future of phone flipping, along with having direct selling. And that guy is in my mastermind group. So not sure if he hosts it through Wix, by the way, Rico, but all I know is the site that he has, it works. So let's see. Pratsua says that guy is an awesome guy. For sure, yeah, he's a good guy to work with too. So anyways, guys, I hope that answers everything, all your questions and anything. If you guys if you guys have any questions on the mastermind event and you want to bump your game up, send me a message after this group chat. And we will we'll go from there. If you guys have any questions in the group, I'll see you guys there. If not, awesome group chat. We went for almost a full hour again. That was good. That shows everybody was interested. And I will see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m.